What's going on YouTube? Hey guys, it's Ben Nader and you're on the channel where we talk about recruitment, staffing, business, entrepreneurship, everything in between. I vlog every single day on these topics, so if you like that kind of stuff, you should definitely smash the subscribe button right about now. I would truly appreciate you. So I wanted to dive a little bit deep into recruitment today as I run a recruiting agency, and that's pretty much all we talk about. So basically, there's a big secret that people have been holding back from you, and I'm going to reveal it to you today. So essentially, you're all diving into recruitment, you're figuring out your business, you're identifying, how you start recruiting, what it means, how it works, and all the processes and all the things that involve recruitment, right? And it's tedious, it's arduous, it's a hard thing to learn, right? You have to learn how to work with clients, how to get clients, how to get them to work with you, and then how to find candidates for those clients and all that sort of stuff. And it's a big picture to put together, right? But here's this big secret at the end of the day. I started my agency in general labor. So I was recruiting for, warehouse people, logistics, drivers, stuff like that. Low tier, low skill, that kind of thing. And the biggest secret in recruitment is that if you can hack that market, you can hack just about any market. Because if you've learned the fundamentals of recruitment and how you approach and how you get clients and how you get candidates, you simply have to rinse and repeat that process at a higher level using different verbiage, different terminology in a different industry. So for instance, I'm recruiting like forklift drivers, right? And I have a contract for a bunch of them I'm filling. And they pay me good money, right? Like it's really, really nice and easy and it's simple. I also know a recruiter that recruits strictly for attorneys. So he finds attorneys that want to work for other firms and he swaps them out and makes $50,000 a placement versus my $4,000 placement, right? Who wouldn't want a $50,000 placement over a $4,000 placement? So the idea here is that not only is the same concept applicable, it's actually identical. So you're literally just talking to the same types of people, just using the same framework of strategy of finding the client, signing an agreement, getting a candidate, getting them moved over, getting a fee. Except for one person's making 50 grand, one person's making 4 grand. And the reason I'm telling you this now is because this is kind of part of my process and my journey. And of course, this entire channel has always been about my journey and my evolution and everything with entrepreneurship and starting my recruiting agency. And so I want to share that with you. I want to share that epiphany that's been going on over the past few months for me, right? About me scaling and moving into upper echelon, industries where it's, sales departments or managerial positions or, things like that where people hold higher caliber titles. And I'm not saying I'm going to become an attorney recruiter tomorrow or anything. I'm saying that the scaling process and the ability to move upwards from your $3,000 fee up to your $20,000 fee is not as hard as you might think it is. It's only as hard as you make it in your head. And so there's people that start out in recruiting, right? And the first thing that they learn when they go to a firm is how to recruit for accountants or CPAs, or it could be attorneys, and they fetch $25,000 fees. There's some people in recruitment that go out and the first thing they learn is how to find a forklift driver, and they're getting a $2,000, $3,000 fee for that, right? And it's all about just where you start and where your mindset is, right? So if you're a solopreneur starting a recruitment agency and you're just getting in the game or you're just figuring things out and you're going after it on your own, you kind of get to decide where to start, right? Nobody tells you where to start. You decide where to start. And the learning curve is, the point I'm trying to get across is the learning curve here is almost the same. So, finding clients, right, is going to be the same process. You're just looking for different people. So if I'm not working in general labor and I decide, I'm going to be working with some tech firms, which right now I'm actually starting to talk to tech firms, working with technology people, placing them, candidates, like most placeable candidates. I'm working with some people right now that I'm placing, trying to get conversations started with clients to get agreements with them and all that kind of stuff. And it's really actually fun. And it's interesting because you find out that the process is so identical, it's almost not even funny. So you'll have a conversation about, this tech company, that's doing big things in the industry, and you talk about them a little bit, and you kind of have to, maybe use a little bit more of a pitch to this person because they have a lot more opportunity than the forklift guy does. And so there's some compensation that you have to add there. And you also have to add a little bit of oomph to it because these people are making, $150,000 already. And so you kind of have to sell them a little bit on the position, right? And give them an idea of what it's like so that they want to be motivated to actually move. So there's a little nuance, right? There's a little, change in how you need to actually make this happen. But ultimately, if you're simply trying to recruit in a different industry, or if you want to move upwards and just recruit for higher stakes industries like financial or technology or like data science in specific, or science and dev and research, or pharma or something like that, or Salesforce developers, right? Which is an easy specific one that I know a good recruiter that recruits for those only. And if you're going into that realm, right, understand that it's the same thing I did 2 years ago, basically, just when I got started and I started talking to HVAC companies and plumbing companies and said, hey, what do you guys need? I got a 10% fee, let's go. Instead, you can start approaching companies that are higher tier, right? And so it's sort of an epiphany I'm going through, and it's something that I wanted to share and do a video on, just because I'm realizing the process overall is so similar. It's just like not even funny. So when you can be making those $20,000 fees, you really have to realize that's your pathway. Like, that's your destiny. You need to be focused on scaling and learning the fundamentals first. So like, if I could show you, throughout my entire channel, what I've been doing, right? And you can learn the fundamentals from that, just understanding all of the things that I've done, how I got my agency started, how I got my first clients, how I made my first placements. And if you can basically just place that right on top of a new industry or a higher paying, industry or company that's going to give you a bigger fee, well, it's a no-brainer. You would want to just do a bunch of the bigger fee companies, right? You would want to focus only on that. And that's my concept, right? To strategize to scale into only that rather than having the, low fee, high volume model, which works wonderfully for the beginner, right? The beginner absolutely should be on the low fee, high volume strategy because it's just perfect for them. And it works for you to learn the fundamentals along the way because you have to actually learn by doing. You literally can't learn any other way. Someone can't teach you this in a book. You have to do it. You have to interact with clients and candidates, and that's how you actually figure it out and make sense of it on your own. However, scaling upwards, right? Taking those fundamentals that you have learned so far and actually putting them into use and, going into the higher tier companies where you're going to make a bigger fee is really where it's all about. So I'm going through that epiphany right now. And, it may not be where you're at right now, but this is my channel. So I kind of just share where I'm at, right? And I share all the information and data that I have on recruitment and kind of what my agency is doing and things like that. So I want to be real and raw with you guys. And that's kind of like where I'm going. And that's where my head's at right now. So the other thing I want to tell you is you should definitely smash the like button if you have not done that yet, because I would truly appreciate it. And become a subscriber if you're not a subscriber already, because I'm sure it'll be a value add to your business. So with that, guys, I will catch you guys tomorrow on Sunday. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, and I'll see ya. Take care. Bye.